Understanding low-pressure leadership. These obvious facts are frequently disregarded. We can discover countless CEOs in business who only replicate the outward behaviors of a successful coworker or superior without ever attempting to find ways to engage their own staffs actively by demonstrating ways for them to achieve personal fulfillment in the shared task. These executives adopt a salesman-like approach, and it is noteworthy, in my opinion, that the financial, manufacturing, and research departments of many businesses view salesmen as a necessary evil and would be terrified at the idea of introducing a sales approach to management. Their motivation may never be fully understood, but it undoubtedly has something to do with the deceptive and manipulative nature of some marketing, selling, and advertising. The salespeople in advertising I'm referring to are frequently eager to look for and take advantage of a hole in their customers' defenses in order to close a deal, even if they have reason to believe or may already know that the consumer would later live to regret the purchase. Slick social and psychological ploys can get someone to do what you want, but they are not appropriate for a long-term human relationship. A business transaction should be advantageous for both the buyer and the seller, as any truly effective salesperson is aware. And doing so entails learning about the customer's wants, ensuring that he is aware of them, and offering him a product that will meet those demands. With such training, the salesperson should be the executive par excellence, applying what he has learned in sales to his interactions with those in administrative roles. Contrarily, a cunning, quick-witted manipulator who takes pride in outwitting his clients, who counts on selling a man cigarettes by appealing to his vanity or a woman cosmetics by appealing to her ambition, may go on to become an executive with the same disdain for his staff as he did for his clients in the past. If he takes pleasure in deceiving his employees by preying on their motivations and interests, they will quickly realize that they are being used as pawns, and the loyalty and confidence that are key components of effective leadership will erode away. In the end, an executive must employ his abilities and human insight, much like an orchestra conductor, to harness individual satisfactions in the group effort and foster contentment that motivates the subordinate to play his part. No assortment of attractive showmanship or enticing gimmicks can accomplish that for him. Contrary to popular belief, leadership is far more than merely understanding people, being good to people, or refraining from pushing other people around. Democracy is frequently taken to mean that there is no separation of powers or that everyone is their own boss. That is obviously absurd, especially in business. However, company leadership can be democratic in the sense of giving every employee the greatest chance for success while preventing anarchy. In actuality, a leader's full development of his abilities must always come before the orderly arrangement of functions and the right assessment of his role in that arrangement. It is a leader's responsibility to establish the roles and responsibilities inside the group that will enable each member to pursue their principal goals and interests. Symphony orchestra conductor's secrets. Perhaps a suitable role model for some of the crucial connections that underlie all leadership situations is the conductor of an orchestra. The fact that the men must possess the necessary abilities and training for their duties is obvious in this context, but it's not usually recalled. Not every group failure can be attributed to the boss. A high school band could not provide excellent music for Toscanini. The common job requires the establishment of a psychological environment. A conductor must establish his or her ground rules, signals, and preferences in such a way that the musical intent is not compromised by the process of starting a rehearsal. Every office or factory needs to have rules or customs that are easily understood and followed, just as the conductor must establish agreement about promptness at rehearsals, talking or smoking between numbers, new versus old music, and a dozen other things that might otherwise prevent him and his colleagues from achieving their shared goal. The musician's desire to produce music or music of a certain caliber must be shared by their leader, which is the most crucial requirement of all. His leadership will be ineffective, and he won't be able to create wonderful music, unless every one of them feels a sense of achievement or even fulfillment. Some eminent conductors were petty autocrats, while others played poker with their musicians and became godfathers to their offspring. These topics are largely unimportant. Each musician sensed that he is contributing to the creation of a style of music that could only be produced under such a leader is what the great conductor accomplishes. Personal traits and demeanor could be considered secondary, they could act as reminders, confirming and re-establishing the essential picture of a guy with the greatest musical standards. But copying Toscanini's demeanor won't make you into him.